Hi guys, welcome to this video. In this video, let's see how to create some piping feature for all these holes. Like you have seen in last videos, like how we created this part. Like we have created these 5 parts and we have assembled here. So if you are seeing this video before seeing the last video, so kindly see that and come to this so that you will know how we have created this part. So let's move on for the piping option. So for that, we need to go for applications, go for piping. So here, before get into the piping, like we need to create like coordinate system here. Like you can see, like if I turn on this coordinate system display, you can see it will be created for this entire part. There will be one coordination system, and for this part it will be one. For this part one, for this part one, and for this part one. But for creating piping of like a pipeline option, you need to create this coordination system for all these output and input holes, so that only you can be able to connect these two holes by a pipe. So for that, let's close this. Let's yeah, let's create some coordination system here. So at first, let's click this coordination system, and for this, we need a axis display. So before that, I'm going to clear all these appearances. So uh, yeah, if it has appearances, like it is very hard for me to solve everything. Wait. Ah, like, so first, integrate coordination system. So let's click on it. So I'm going to create coordination system for this particular hole. So I'm going to select this axis first. We need to select the reference axis, and then for that, let's turn on all these things up to the plane display, and then we need to select this surface so that this is a midpoint, and it will be the surface where the coordination system will take place. Okay, and then if you go for orientation, as you can see in this origin itself, the OK button is not highlighted, so we need to add some more features for that. If you go for orientation, the Z axis is got placed. Okay, so then we need to fix the X axis, so we need to click here and we need to select the face in which face the X axis need to be created. So I need, as a vertical direction, I'm going to select this axis. As you can see, X, Y, and Z. So for Z axis, yeah, it is okay. If you need to flip this Z axis into the circle, you can directly flip it. But I don't want this Z axis to be on towards inside. I need it as outside end. So I'm going to click this. Okay. So like this, we have to create for all the holes. Okay. So we can do it one by one. Select this axis, select this face, go for orientation, select this axis, and then click on OK. So try to keep all these axes as the same, guys. Like vertical axis is towards X and horizontal is towards Z or Y. So if you are keeping Z as an horizontal axis, so please keep it for all. Please keep it safe and same for all these things. So go for coordination system and orientation. You can also select this line also because it is also vertical, but you have to flip it here for x-axis. Okay. So we have to do this for this final two holes. Select this axis, face, and coordination system. Axis, face, orientation, flip up. Okay. The last one here. So we have done this. We have created coordination system for all these holes, like input, output. We have done everything. So now let's go for the pipeline option. Go for the applications. Go for piping. So this is the header we will get if you click on piping option. So here you can see various type of tools like modify, delete pipeline, create pipeline, route pipeline. So commonly we will use these two options like create pipeline, route pipeline. So at first we need to create a pipeline. So for that I'm going to click this create pipeline. It is asking us to enter the pipeline name. So we should enter the name as like you can enter any name. I'm going to provide a name of pipe underscore one, and then it will ask for line stock name. Line stock name is nothing but we need to provide some diameters for the pipe, like outer dia and the thickness of the pipe and the like a bend radius for the pipe. So there will be many options. So for that, at first you need to create the line stock name. So I'm going to enter this line stock name as like STK, STOCK, like line stock. So enter. As you can see, this is the line stock that we have created. It is named as stock. So everything will be same. I don't want to edit all those parameters. But at first, like the three things that you have to mention here, like pipe outer dia, thickness, and the bend radius. So I'm going to enter this pipe outer dia as a value of 10 because we created the whole like a whole outer dia as a value of 12, but inner dia the whole created with a like a diameter of 10. So I'm going to create a pipe outer dia as a value of 10, and then the thickness value as 1, and weight length, because weight and length will be edited by us because we will create the length based on the part that we are going to insert. And the bend radius is 1.5, 2, and 3, like they will give based on that. This if we import this value based on the curve, it will be automatically adjust its own radius. If you want to change it, we can change it, but I'm going to add this bend radius as a value of 10. As I entered this outer diameter value of 10, I'm going to enter this as the same, and then click on OK. Now like line stock has been completed. Now you can see here it is active state. So now like you can see before that root option, like if you unclick this before creating a pipeline, you will see these options are not active. Okay, you click on root pipe, and if you select this pipe one, you can see all these tools are get activated. So now let's start piping our parts. At first we need to get to know like how we are going to connect all our pipeline feature, but before that I need to click on all these point and axis display. We just want to view our coordination system. So at first I'm going to give this output to this input and another output to this input. So at first let's create this top face. So at first, so we need to create a start line for this, a start point. I'm going to select this and select this coordination system as a start point, and then click on OK. Now you can see our start ID has been created. So now let's go for the extend tool here. As you can see, another another slide has been opened. So here we can select this z axis and we can drag like this. Okay. So now we can adjust this dimension by like here. I'm going to enter a value of 40 and then click on apply. And then you can see another coordination axis here. You can drag x axis towards downwards As we created bend axis, like a bend radius of 10, it will be automatically created as a radius of 10. So now we need to create a pipeline like this and to this. So for that we need this height dimension. So don't worry about that because we don't want to take these dimension before itself. So you can go for analysis, you can go for measure the distance, you can measure this line, and let's go for axis display, control key plus select this line. As you can see, the distance is visible. You drag like this, you can see this distance is 116.430. Okay, so you have to enter 116.430. So as it is in downwards, we have to provide a minus value for this. Let's close this and then press enter, then click on OK. Now that's all. Like we can directly merge this with this. Like instead of doing like this, like let's see whether our part is touching this surface. If you directly go for this, as you can see, it is not merging in this circle. Like if we go for a if we select this 2 point directly with this axis, the pipeline will get as a cross section. Okay, so instead of that, let's close this. Instead of that, I'm going to extend this towards y-axis like this for a distance of 25 minus 25, and then you can apply. Now I'm going to extend this like here, like till a value of 150, and then apply it. Now let's close it. Then we can identify the distance. Like if we go for the top view, it will be very easy for us. Yeah, we need to identify this distance. So then go for the measure, go for the distance, select this line, control key plus select this line. It is 5.018. So you can go for this. 5.018. It will be automatically taken as 5.02. So then on cancel. I think for 5.81 it will not change. Like we have added bend radius as 10. No, so if we have a value of 5, it can't be able to bend itself. So instead of that, we need to edit this. Like if we select, if we can edit this, we can edit this value as minus 40 and click on OK. Now if we extend this y, before that we need to measure that for the top view, because this distance must have a value which is greater than 10, so that only it will be able to provide some bend value. Now it is 20.0046. Close it. Now go for piping, select extend tool, select y-axis, set the value as 20. It's okay. Go for the top view again. Let's check whether it is meets. We have to drag this 30. Yeah, 30 is fine. So then right now close it. Now we can directly select the 2 point, which is nothing but this point, then click on OK. Now our pipe sketch has been completed. So like for creating the pipe feature, you can directly go for pipe solid and select this pipe one and then click on OK. Now you can see our sketch has been created as a pipeline feature for this. So then there's a like a output which is input for this tank. So we need to create this output for this input. So that we need to create another pipeline feature or create another pipe. I'm going to rename it as pipe 2. Here we have already created a line stock, so which is nothing but we have renamed it as stock. So I'm going to select this line stock, the same diameter as the bend radius. If you need to change any further dimensions or any radius into this new pipe which you are going to create now, you can also create a new line stock and then you can edit that. So you have to select the start point and click on OK. Go for extend. I'm going to extend this to a value of 25. Apply it. Now I'm going to drag it towards downwards. We need to drag it till this. So we have to find the length of that. Go for the distance. Select this line. Select Control key plus select this axis. 190. As you can see, it is taken as a cross-sectional value. So we don't want that. We need to find other dimensions, like how to check that. Let's go for the front view. Now let's go for the measure distance. This center line and this center line. You can see distance is 190, but it is on a slanted way, so it can't be 190. Or else you can directly go for the front view and you can drag like this to the midpoint. So it is 86. Apply. Now you need to drag from here till here. Like if you drag like this, we need to check whether it can able to bend it or not, or else we need to create another bend feature for this. So let's drag like this. Enter a value of 90. Apply, and then let's drag like this to a value of 20 or 25. Apply. Let's drag like this. Same, or it may be a same value, or else let's go for a top view. We can drag directly. I think I selected something else. And go for this extend. You can drag like this. Like you need to drag this up to this level. Like I'll put a value of 80 for this, and then apply it, and then cancel it. Now we need to select the end port. This is gonna be the end port. Then click on OK. Now you can give pipe solid for this, for the pipe 2, and then click on OK. If this pipeline, you can also, you will select this pipeline solid and you will select this, but if you click on OK, you can't see this pipeline of sometimes pipeline feature sometimes. If you are not seeing that option, you can use Control plus G button, so it will be reload your pipeline feature. So two output and input has been merged, so we have to create this output to this input and this to this. If we create a pipeline between these two holes, it will be very easy. So I'll try to join this output to this input and this output to this input. So let's create another pipeline, rename it as pipe 3. I'm going to select the same line stock, and here I'm going to select this as a start point. Okay, now going to extend this to a value of 20. Apply. I'm going to drag this like this. Let's have a rounded value of 190. Apply. Now I'm going to drag it towards Z direction. So for that we need this length. So go for measure. Let's measure this distance. Select this line. Control key plus select this. Like you can see, this distance is 108. So close it. Enter a value of 108. Then apply. Then close it. Now we can directly add the endport. Go for piping. Select the endport as this endport to this. Then click on OK. Now we can add a pipe solid for this pipe 3 and click on OK. So then we need to create another pipeline from this to this. So create another pipe. Go for pipe underscore 4. I'm going to have the same line stock. I'm going to select the start end. This is going to be the start end. Click on OK. Now we can extend it like this to a value of 20. Apply. Now I'm going to drag this towards Y direction. If you have Z axis, turn them into 0 so that you will get straight line, and then apply. Then same Z direction like this, the rounded value of minus 125. Apply. Now here we can't create straight line, so we need to create towards up 25. Apply. This side, the value of 65 minus 65. Apply. And towards downwards to a value of 25 minus 25, and then click on apply. Here you need to drag like this up to this reference. For that I'm going to drag it more. Let's enter a value of minus 35. Then click on OK, and then put this direction. We need to calculate this direction. So for that, go for analysis, go for measure. Let's go for the distance and go for the top view. I'm going to measure distance from this line 129.7. Close it. Here minus 129.7. Then apply and then cancel it. Now we can directly select our input. So go for piping, select this input as this point, and then click on OK. Now you can create pipe solid for this pipe 4, then click on OK. So now you can see our part is completed. So this is how we can create this piping using pipeline option in Creo parametric. So let's give some coloring for this part. Let's hide all those data planes. So yeah, like we have already given some color in that in our last video while assembling this part itself. So let's give it for another time. Go for view. So before that, we can close this piping part because all our work has been done in that piping. As you can see, this entire part has been created. Let's go for view. Go for appearances. I'm going to give composite color for this entire part, and the same composite black color for this entire tank, and then this dark blue color for this storage container, and this green color for this base. And for these pipeline features, I'm going to give red color so that it is very easy to identify all those piping features. And then for the intern surface, like we have created blue color for this intern surface. Because in these surfaces, the water will be stored. To, to have a good view, I'm going to use this color. So that's all, guys. Finally, we have done our piping feature for this assembled part. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want more videos related mechanical engineering or any other content, you can comment below. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next video.